Good morning. I'm making this video and honestly, I'm very sad and for several reasons, but I'll get into those at the end. There has been a flurry of documents filed last night and this morning, and also an email from Fawn to investors that I'm going to go over briefly because they literally all say the same things. I'll start first with the the bank file their witness list and exhibits. They're going to call Brian Klatt, who was at the first hearing, and somebody else from the bank. Uncle Nearest also filed their witness list. They listed Fawn and Keith. They listed Victoria and Kate Jerkins from Uncle Nearest. So they also listed everybody that the receiver put, and they also listed everybody that the bank put, and they listed all the exhibits that they're going to put in, all of the bank statements, financial records, and a whole bunch of stuff that is going to refute what the receiver has said in his affidavit. So that's going to be, um, I don't know. I don't know how, whatever. The bank also put in an affidavit from the guy from Riveron, who they wanted to be the receiver, who was doing financial work with Uncle Nearest before the receivership. So he had firsthand knowledge of the financials, and he basically put into his affidavit that they are insolvent and the reasons why. And he just literally listed everything that the receiver said, plus some additional information. The bank also included the receiver's second quarter report. So when I went to Pacer, there was like over 400 pages of documents to download. I was like, I'm not doing all this. I don't care about the credit agreements. I don't care about the income statements and all that. I don't care about none of that because I didn't finish my MBA. I did 2 semesters. That was it. I was like, this ain't for me. Anyway, so I read the second quarterly report, and I understood why they wanted to keep it under seal, because nobody would want to buy the company based on the things that he said. Honestly, if you buy Godspeed, the company, the most alarming thing that I think I read in there is the company has not filed federal taxes since 2018. How can you call yourself a serious business and you have not filed your federal taxes in 8 years? So the receiver said he's working with accounting teams to try to get that back together, to get some type of payment plan going to the IRS so that everybody don't go to jail. I don't know how he gonna prevent that, but the other thing in the report, he said that he does not have control of the French bank account yet for the cognac because the French government has to recognize some stuff. Anyway, he said that in the beginning, Fawn had identified someone who would be willing to purchase the home or whatever they bought over there, and the business for $10 million. And then when he contacted the person, they said, well, maybe I'll do 7. And the receiver was cool with 7. He was like, yeah, let's just get this off the books. And then he said the guy backed out because Fawn told him not to purchase it because she found out the money would go straight to paying off debt and not for the operation of the company. So she told the guy not to, the person, the entity not to purchase the company. So that was wild. And the other thing that was troublesome was he let them know that he was going to sell the Martha's Vineyard home, and they valued it at $4 million. He's like, no, that's not what the market says. And they're saying said to him, well, you can't really sell it anyway because it belongs to the LLC that Keith owns or whatever. And the receiver was like, well, if that's the case, why did Keith just send me the property tax bill to pay out of the Uncle Near's money? You purchased it with Uncle Near's money. Girl, get out my face. I mean, he didn't say that, but so yeah, the second quarterly report was quite damning. And basically, we're looking at foreclosure at this point if there's no one that's going to buy. And honestly, I don't think that the bank is going to be made whole. They in an optimistic world, they would get back the principal that they loaned. The interest is gone, child. You're not getting that. But to try to get the $120 million that they're owed now, that's not gonna happen. The letter that Fawn sent to investors, she said all this is false, and we're gonna tell you how false it is. At the hearing, she started talking about the $20 million between Grant Sidney and Uncle Nearest and how that transaction happened. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, if you have a private company and you have shares of that company and you said you sold $20 million of shares of your company to infuse into Uncle Nearest, who did you sell that to? You didn't sell it to. It's not like the stock market where you can just sell it like that. Who? Anyway, she went on to say, don't believe everything. This is really a trying time, and people have been asking her how they're going to continue this fight. And her and Keith are selling all of their real estate properties, including their personal residence, in order to pay their legal fees for this ongoing ongoing lawsuit, and the potential lawsuits in the future, and potential anything else in the future that is going to need a lawyer. So I'm sad because this could have been something really great, and it feels like it's so bad, and so much bad stuff has happened, and we're not gonna get to the bottom of the bad until it gets real bad, with people with letters on the back of their jackets come in and pull up everything, and that's when I'm gonna be real sad. But that's the update for today. There's still more filings that are due today and tomorrow and Thursday. And then there's a hearing on Monday. So that's it for now.